Here we have for sale this absolutely stunning January 2022 on a 71 plate Ford Transit Custom. This is the 280 model, meaning it's got a 2.8 ton gross vehicle weight. This one has got the 2 litre Eco Blue diesel Euro 6 engine producing 130 brake horsepower, accompanied with a 6-speed manual gearbox. And this is the short wheelbase, low roof, limited panel van, but as you can probably see, not your standard limited panel van. So what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec which you get on a custom limited of this age, and we'll also talk you through the bits which have clearly been added to this particular example, and we'll also talk you through in detail the condition of this particular example as well, seeing as it is currently available for sale at the time of recording. Now, the first thing to mention is that there is no VAT on this particular van. If you've come to this video via one of our adverts, maybe through our website or through Auto Trader, you are reading it correctly. There is, I can confirm, no VAT on this vehicle. The reason for that, I get asked this question a lot, why is some vehicles plus VAT and some no VAT? The previous owner of this vehicle was not VAT registered. So because of that, they can't charge VAT to us when we buy it, and then we can't charge VAT on something that we haven't paid VAT on. Anyway, Chrome Blue is the name of this colour, absolutely fantastic colour, and I think especially when you've got the full kit on the vehicle like this as well, I think it just looks absolutely fantastic. Starting here then at the rear, we can see that this one of course is spec'd with rear barn doors. Barn doors are 2 doors which open like so, and the first thing to note here which has been added is of course the barn door rear spoiler there, which just of course ties in very nicely and helps to complete the look of this sporty Transit Custom. We can see then the first optional extra on this particular van, and that is the reversing camera. So a limited comes with a lot of spec, but it doesn't come with the reversing camera. And we can see here that this one has it nicely integrated there into this little bit of trim above the rear number plate. Looks very, very smart indeed. You can also see that we get parking sensors. You get front and rear parking sensors, and they're all nicely integrated into the rear bumper. And in terms of condition here, looking very, very nice indeed. Tiniest little mark just here on the rear bumper, but that is about all that I can fault it on. Otherwise, looking very smart here at the rear of the van. The Limited comes with a number of elements which are colour coded. That includes the door handles all the way around the vehicle, the bumpers, so the rear bumper, the front bumper, and the wing mirrors all come colour coded, and the trims down the side as well. If we open up the rear doors, we can see that we've got this yellow arm inside here. If you give this a pull, that clips into place there against the rear door, and that allows you to open the rear doors right out to their full 180 degree position like so. And now this is where you can see of course the load area inside the van, and this is exactly as you would see it from factory. So these are the protective boards that Ford fit on these vehicles from factory, and as I say, they are there to stop any outward dents in the vehicle. Of course you can go an extra step than this. You can get the vehicle maybe carpet lined or even ply lined if you want to. And as I say, that can add extra protection or insulation if you want to, but this is, as I say, this is as you would find it from the factory. A Limited as well does come with this nice hard wearing plastic floor, which I really, really like. It allows you to sweep or wash the vehicle out if you want to. We can also see that we've got the factory fitted bulkhead just there, and it's got the load through hatch there as well for your extra load lens. Another optional extra to speak of in here is that this one has got LED load lighting. Makes a massive difference, not so much in this lovely bright sunshine that we've got here today, but when you're in lower light conditions, makes a big, big difference. But in terms of condition, I mean, pretty difficult to fault. If we look at the condition here on the inside of these pillars, the wheel arches, clearly this vehicle has not done a great amount in its short life so far. If we shut the rear doors then, we can continue to go around the outside of the vehicle. I can continue to show the spec and condition. Moving then down the passenger side, what I like to do when I look down these panels here is look in the reflections and look really down the side of the van. These are the things that you really can't see from pictures, to see for any dings, dents, scratches, anything like that, but I must say, looking very, very smart. The next thing to speak of here, which has been added, are these very smart gunmetal grey caliber 20-inch alloy wheels. These are brand new with brand new tyres, so all the treads are absolutely spot on. And we've also got the black sidebars and also the black roof bars to go along as well. And I just think, again, all these elements, they just add up to a really nice looking package. And then my favourite angle is this front quarter here, This is where you get to see a lot of the different elements. So we've got the Ford Trail front grille that has been added. That's a genuine Ford product. We've got the front splitter, and I say the wheels, sidebars, and roof bars there. Just looks absolutely lovely from this angle. I think nice and aggressive, but without being overdone. If we open up the side loading door, then we can start to have a look at the load space from this angle. So it will lock into place just there like so. We've got a bit of sunlight in the camera lens here, but hopefully you can see just how nice the condition is there of the load space from this angle. And as I say, you have got the load through hatch here as well. So if you give that a pull, that's fixed there via a magnet, and then same with when it's in the upward position there against the bulkhead, and that, as I say, allows you to load right the way through underneath the passenger seats. But fantastic condition in here. It really feels as close to new really as you're going to get. Of course the vehicle's not particularly old, but I guess as to be expected. Opening up the passenger door, then we can start to have a look inside the cab here. Passenger door card, all in lovely condition. Same with the step and the floor. On this shape Transit Custom, this is where the bonnet catch is located. Looking at the seats, again, no issues here with the seats. It doesn't smell like a smoker's vehicle or anything like that. Still got that nice new smell in here. If we lift the seat up, it actually allows you to flip these seats forward like so, and that gives you some extra storage under here and access to that load space in the back as well via that load hatch. On the centre seat, you've got a nice fold-down work tray here, which has got a couple of cup holders and also somewhere to store your paperwork as well. In terms of condition then in the cab, as I say, not much to fault it on. Really nice. The dashboard is all lovely. Maybe the tiniest little mark here, but I mean, nothing really. All in absolutely lovely order. If we open the glove box, we can see that we have got the owner's manual in here. This little spout is basically if you were to ever run out of fuel, you can't fuel these vans using a normal gallon can, so you need to put that spout in first and then use your gallon can to fill the vehicle up. Bit of extra storage up here on top of the dashboard, but lovely condition inside here. I say not much really to fault it on. Looking very, very smart. The wing mirror cover here. The passenger one is usually the one, if any, is going to get the marks, but all looking very, very nice indeed. Moving around to the front of the vehicle. Now the Limited does come with some nice headlights, so you get nice brighter headlights than just the standard base van, and you also get the lovely LED daytime running light here all the way around the outside. It's sort of a halo light. The camera probably doesn't do that justice, but in the flesh, especially in lower light conditions, it looks very, very smart indeed. Looking at the front of the vehicle then, we have front parking sensors, front fog lights as I mentioned. In terms of condition, I'll just see if there's anything I can fault it on. No, that's a bit of polish. I thought that might have been a stone chip, but looking really, really clean and tidy here. Looking at the bonnet, again, there's not a tremendous amount to fault this on. Maybe a tiny little stone chip here, but not much else to fault it on. Windscreen as well. Looking at the windscreen, looks free from any chips or cracks. But that's a very nice looking van, I think. As I say, just to repeat the package over and above on this vehicle, so you've got front splitter, rear spoiler, sidebars, roof bars, the 20-inch caliber gunmetal grey alloy wheels, and the Ford Trail grille. I think that looks very, very smart indeed. And then finally on the outside of the vehicle, then looking down the driver's side of the vehicle, and again just using those reflections where available, it looks very clean and smart. Wing mirror cover here is all very good, and the only thing that I can fault it on really is a couple of very, I don't know if you can see these here, but there are two little scratches just here which we will be able to touch in the correct colour, or maybe even they may actually polish out to improve. That's the only thing that I can fault the vehicle on. There is two little marks just there on that pillar. Otherwise, as I'm sure you can see, hopefully the camera is conveying this accurately, looks very, very nice indeed. Now let's jump into the cab, because this is where the Limited really comes into its own, is the spec that you get in here as a driver. Opening up the driver's door, lovely condition here. Sorry about my reflection there, hope that doesn't scare anyone off. The lovely condition here of the step, the floor. Looking at the driver's seat, there's no excessive wear to the driver's seat, of course all consistent with its age and mileage. Just lovely condition indeed. And we've got the driver's armrest there, which is on a ratchet as well, so you can set that to your desired height. Electric windows on top of the door here. You've got electric folding mirrors, and that's how those are operated there, just by pulling this dial back down towards you like so. We've got auto-activated light and auto-activated wipers. You can see that we've got 2 full remote keys with the vehicle. The other one, of course, is in there and the engine is running. Looking at the steering wheel, cruise control settings here on the left hand side with your volume controls underneath, and then you've got your onboard computer controls here, and you can also answer and hang up the phone. If we look at the dashboard, the mileage there at the bottom, 5,717 miles, so very, very low miles so far. USB point here and a 12 volt socket. You can see I've got that occupied. The reason for that is that the Limited comes with the Ford Sync 3 screen, which is this lovely sized screen here in the middle, which is of course touch screen as well. And with the Sync 3 screen you do get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So I've got an Apple phone, and that allows you to use things like your Apple Maps on here, which is a fantastic of course satellite navigation system, or your live traffic updates and things like that. It'll automatically calculate the route for you based on the traffic. You can listen to things like your podcasts, your Apple Music on here. You could even navigate in different ways if you want to, so you can use Waze or Google Maps. Say lots of different ways that you can listen or use this as you want, but a really, really nice system indeed. If we click on the Ford button just there, go back to the main page, you can see that we have got DAB radio on here. You can also connect your phone to this via Bluetooth if you want to. If I put the vehicle into reverse, that is how your rear camera is activated there, and you can also see you've actually got a little parking sensor display there, and there's actually front and rear parking sensors displayed on that little icon there, but very, very smart indeed. And actually, as you turn the steering wheel from left to right, you can see the slightly faded lines there, and that center line moves along with it as well to aid you in reversing. Underneath that then we have got air conditioning, we've got heated wing mirrors, heated windscreen, heated seats. You've got another USB point here and a 12 volt socket. As I mentioned at the start of the video, you've got 6-speed manual gearbox to go along that 130 brake horsepower 2 litre Euro 6 engine, and a nice cup holder under there. And another optional extra under here is this one has actually got the, I don't know if you can see it under there, this one has got the 230 volt 3-pin socket underneath there. So quite difficult to show using the camera here, but if I lift that up you can just about see in there you've got your 3-pin socket, and I say that is 230 volt on the power converter as well, so really, really nice option to have. So over and above on this vehicle we've got the LED load lights, reversing camera, and that 230 volt socket. So just to summarize, this is a January 2022 on a 71 plate Ford Transit Custom. It's the 280 Limited, so 2.8 ton gross vehicle weight, 2 litre Eco Blue diesel engine producing 130 brake horsepower. The fact that it was registered near the end of January 2022 means that you have got 3 years manufacturer's warranty from that date. So end of January 2025 will be when you will have to start sort of warranting this vehicle yourself as such. But up to that point, everything, any faults will be covered, mechanical faults will be covered by Ford, and of course it's not going to be due its first MOT until then as well. And I say, just remember there is no VAT to pay on this particular vehicle. If you'd like to inquire or see the full advert of this vehicle, please head over to our website, www.bridgeendvans.co.uk. This is where you'll find all of the photography, the description, and of course the price. We will welcome inquiries on either of the numbers listed here at the bottom of the sign. We can of course take email inquiries as well via our website. We can deliver our vehicles nationwide. We can also take cars or vans in part exchange, and we can offer finance at very competitive rates as well, starting as low as 7.9% APR, and it's all subject to your credit profile. Thank you very much for watching.